when your like mindset and self-belief changed? Because I know you said a bunch you're an optimist, but like when did that transform from like self-doubt to like self-belief? That show?
No, I got a little more comments, but the self-doubt really didn't leave me until last June, no, July, when DC had me come out to help him with his camp before he fought Stipe Miocic. That's when I can finally say I actually believe. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I believe, I know." You know, I know how good I am, but I never actually believed it. You look back at my fights and all the big fights, I always dropped the ball, make big mistakes. And that was just a self-doubt in me. It was like I was always scared of something happening or thinking of something that I allowed it to happen. It wasn't until I went out and trained with DC, who was the best in the world. And I remember the first day walking on the mat, just nervous and shit. Like, oh, it's DC. And my coaches and hyped me up, telling me, like, yo, this kid is so good. Again, coaches are always going to hype you up, I believe. I take everything like coaches are supposed to say that. That's my coach. And when DC called me, like, yo, your coaches and your managers swear you probably one of the best 205s in the world, man. And I need somebody with your pace and your weight, your size for this fight for Stipe. Would you come out? And of course, it's DC. I'm going to go out there thinking, hell yeah, I'm going to go out here and learn some stuff. Like, they're going to teach me some things. And I'm going to get beat up and just learn. And I remember the first day we did wrestling. I went with him and Cain Velasquez. Rodrigo. Him and Cain Velasquez.
Damn.
Like, him fighting and pushing, wall wrestling, all this stuff. I'm like, and at the end, I realized I'm hanging in with these guys. I'm not getting pushed around. Like, I'm actually banging it out. Then the next day is sparring. And I remember I was catching DC with a lot of punches and I took him down. And that's when I was like, wait, I just took DC down, the champ. I took the heavyweight champ, like, and I'm hitting him with punches. Like, hold on, this is different. Like, I actually am as good as people say. Like, I just took DC down. I am actually that good. And next round, he come back, he take me down. I get up and we going at it. And I get my mind thinking, man, I'm really that good. But this is when it really hit me. We get in the car. He's on a Instagram video, Bob, just training with this beast over here, Bob. This dude's a monster. When they get off, he takes me, look at me, and say, Corey, I want to tell you right now, like, only person that ever given me rounds like that is Cain Velasquez. He said, I've had all these people come in here and nobody in their right mind can ever push the pace for 5 straight rounds for one person. Usually I got to rotate. But somebody 5 rounds that can push the pace and wrestle with me and spar with me and not scared to bang with me, other than Cain Velasquez, you're the first person I had that can do that. And he told me right then, by the end of this year, this is when I was still in the UFC, by the end of this year, there's no reason why you shouldn't be the 205 champ in the UFC. And I mean that cold-heartedly, bro. You are that good. And that right there is when it hit me. Like, the baddest man in the world just told me, like, the guy at the time, only loss he had was John Jones.
Right.
He said, nobody can go at me like that. There's no reason in the world you should not be the 205 champ.
Dude, you had to be walking around Cloud 9 that night.
Yeah. I called my wife, like, you won't believe what he said. She's like, well, Court, we've been telling you that. All the coaches said it. Like, I came back and told the coach, like, coach, DC said this. Like, bro, we've been telling you that forever. Like, we've been telling you that the whole time. You didn't believe it. So he said it. Like, I mean, I always hear you, but I didn't really believe it because I had never beat the top guy. But then I actually go out there and train with the best in the world. He can turn around and say that. And that's when I was like, okay, I got to stop doubting myself. I am really that good. But now it's like, don't get cocky, stay humble. Yeah. Just do exactly what you did in that camp in every fight and every practice. Like you did with that camp. You do every practice and every fight like that. And you'll be fine. And I remember when I left, because he flew me back out again, but the last time I left before his fight, he said, dude, I remember what I told you, you're that good. But you go out there and you just fight patient, because he's a commentator. He said, I see your fights. You just make mistakes because you're impatient. You go out there, you be patient, you do what you do. I shouldn't see you losing ever again, bro. Like, that's it. We shook hands. He said, have a safe flight. I'll see you on the other side. I was like, all right, bro, go do your thing. And that's just been in my head ever since. It's like when you got the baddest man in the world, heavyweight champion of the world, and he can sit there and tell you that, and he's had a hell of a career, and he tells you that, it's like, yo, they not just blowing smoke anymore. Right. This is for real. Like, this is, I just got to start believing it now. And ever since then, it's just, everything has changed. My jiu-jitsu changed, my striking changed, my wrestling. I wrestle with the NJRTC every week now. That's what I wrestle with. Jaden Cox, Nathan Jackson, Renicky Rod. I wrestle with those guys.
You're going with those guys every week?
Every week.
How many times a week?
An hour and some every week just to go there and get it. And it ain't like, again, I'm not going in there getting beat. Jaden, I ain't took him down yet. But everybody else, I get takedowns. I go with the D1 or Princeton and Rutgers team. I take down their heavyweights. I take down all guys. I go with the RTC guys. I take down. They take me down. We go back and forth. But it was just like that confidence booster that I needed. Just those words from DC just changed my whole career, my whole life in the way I see things now. And now I don't just compete to compete. I compete to be the best. And I'm going to compete with the best. And NJRCC is the best wrestlers in New Jersey. So guess what? Every Thursday, they're going to see Corey walk through their door, and we're going to get it in. And Nate Jackson loves it. He's an Illinois boy. That's my guy now. We text, we talk all the time. Hit me up like, yo, I got a big match coming up. You coming up? Like, you need me? I'm there. Let's go. And Eric doesn't know that's confidence boost. You got the number one guy in the world right now at whatever, 86 kilograms. When he texts me, I'm like, bro, I need that work. That is a reason why he texted me, because obviously I'm pushing the pace. I'm that good. I'm willing to go. And that's just like the stuff now. It's just like, it's just stay humble, stay to myself, and just keep that confidence rolling.
That's why I'm so excited for your next fight, man. Coming up, Mark Bader, October 15th, 16th, somewhere in there.
October 16th, Ryan Bader in his backyard.
Let's go. Two wrestlers going at it. Is he still the belt holder at heavyweight?
No, at heavyweight he is, but he isn't at 205.
Got it. So I wanted to ask you a couple one-off questions before we wrap up. You are currently being trained by what a lot of people say is the best trainer in UFC, Mark Henry.